Oh, buddy, I'm already full. Here, chucking little monkey. Come here. Quit running from me. Ooh, it's a couple. Yeah. You playing games with me? You playing games with me, you little bitch? Oh, hello, mosquito. Missed me. Gotcha. There's just shit everywhere laying in the grass. Fucking see, that was a fucking shaman. You're gonna die. Remember Fullings being harder even just last time we played. Yeah, I'm just kind of walking through here, just fucking poking their eyes out. Yeah, but even just like... Yeah, but like, even just last time we played, I feel like the Fullings put up more of a fight. I'm just kind of strolling through here, fucking spanking them all. Just fucking one over the knee at a time. Fucking ladder stairs. Ladders would be great if you didn't climb them like a fucking retarded bunny. That everything? I think there's some on this rock here. Oh no, they were on the rock. Okay. You quit running from me and just fucking fight? There we go. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back, dump, and come back and go through again, I guess. Oh, there's a copper rock here. Cabin is this way somewhere. There it is. Oh, I hear forest perverts. So much metal. Oops, don't want that. Don't want 20 of this. Top up the black metal forge while I'm here. I don't know what we're gonna use all this fucking black metal on, but villages might have to start letting villages live at this point. That just feels wrong. Well, especially now that we can just kind of, you know, use them. Well, I still can't stumble a 2-star. You'd stumble a 1-star, or I mean, I still can't stumble a 1-star, but I can stumble the regulars. Come back and get more goodies. I'm already full again. Ooh, that's a 2-star with the torch. Ooh, that was hot. How much weight you got? Oh, okay, this is no point in me trying to throw you anything. Goddamn, full already, twice. You look so pretty, covered in rock dents. Yeah, little dimples from where the rocks hit you. Your skull's only a little damaged, you know? I didn't even really pick up anything else, just a straight stacking some of metal again. Put away my 1 piece of resin. Never put away on another. Yeah, eventually we're gonna have to start disposing of this shit, I think. Yeah. That's kind of what I mean. There's still a bunch laying back there. I haven't even looked in any of the chests that were in that village. Oh, that's a good sign at least. Alright, back down to the village. someone forget to get batteries? Why don't you get rechargeable batteries? And they're always just sitting there for you ready. No? Why don't you get rechargeable batteries and they're all just sitting there ready? Okay, I think the village is finally empty. What'd you say? Just, yeah, that on the map, that all that green speckliness, just southwest of the village there, all in here on the map. This is all fine wood forest. It's all birch trees. Don't get fondled. Yeah, we got everything. Lots of red dwarf eyes and shit. We just need that beautiful fine wood. Son of a bitch. Accidentally sucked a container's shit in my inventory. Wasn't that bad. Yeah, it wasn't that bad because it was just all, heads, so it was pretty easy. It was the head chest. Pretty easy to put back. Anything that was looking back at me in my inventory just was what needed to be returned. Got a nice chunk of money, be able to get some more of those lights. Forge is done. I can smelt a few more of these for all the use that does us. You're allowed to collect things now, are you, Chewy? Is that the... There you go. It's the little things, isn't it? You just saw a birch forest and got an erection, didn't you? It's 160 good? We needed 20, Chewy. We needed 20. I'm glad you're proud of your tree murder. But deforestation is a bad thing. Are you bringing back all the seeds? They probably gave you like fucking 2. But... yeah, you don't get much out of the birch tree. Oh, we all set to head sailing. Two cores, 10 eyes, 25 wood. And 7 midgets. I've seen bits and pieces. And I take it by the time he gets to the store, he's got like a totally different list. That sounds valid. I mean, you can't deny she had a nice set. Not quite my taste in general, but... okay, I grabbed motor for the sailing perk for you. Phone mass? Yeah, probably. Alright, meet you at the ship. Set out, got a camp going next to Yagluth. Filthy little Yagluth. Little fucking giant fulling demon that crawls around. Little paraplegic fucking... Where's our ship? Yeah, it should be there because I brought it back before we got off. There's nothing in the water. But yet, all of our, like, we loaded in where we should be. So what the fuck? I don't see anything in the fucking water. Not under the edge of the dock. I don't see it. What? Okay. I guess we're making another ship. I mean, we should have the stuff for it anyways. That's a little stupid. Yeah, we left, so we left, if you look at the map, You glitched out last time, and you respawned up there, and you went down here and made the camp. I set sail from here and brought the ship all the way back down through the rivers, but I mean, I don't know, clearly something fucked up. That's fine, we should have all the stuff we need. 100 nails. Okay, 100 iron nails. Perfect. 10 deer hide, 40 fine wood. Ooh, 40 ancient bark. Okay, no, we got it. We're good. Now, as we sail back that way, well, no, because we're not going the same way. I was gonna say, as we sail back that way, we might keep an eye out for our ship if it fucking went back out to the water somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Gonna set this. Huh. Yeah, that was kind of stupid. Oh, okay. Oh. Yep. And then we're gonna have to drag it up onto a shore to break it down. Alright, Chewy, you're the captain. The Yagluth we go. Kinda go... Are you looking at the map for a second? Kinda go there. It's a bit of a long way, but see if you can come down here to these islands and then go up to like where Yagluth is. Just cause Yagluth is, yeah, he's just north of that. But if we come down through like where these are, that's, yeah, if we come straight out to that and then go up at least to there, we've checked for our old ship again. What fish? Oh, I see it. Funny how it's anything but fishing, right? Yeah. I remember that one dock we had just collected fish like non-fucking stop. That was you making my thing flash off in the corner, wasn't it, B? Ah, that stupid little dot in the corner of my screen flashes. That was you, wasn't it? I know it was you. That was you creeping. Ah, that was you creeping! Well, you're like the only person. You're like the only... Well, you're like the only person that I've got, you're like the only person I've got added, so you'd be the only one that would, like, give me a notification from that app, so... That's what I was like, it's gotta be B. What? I mean, you know, I told you before, I used it for the VOD thing. I you know, streaming, right? So, I mean, hell, I think even the profile flat out says that I don't read the chat. Go fuck yourself. So we were talking about the other day when you were doing your thing for marathon. There we were talking about that. You're like, oh, I can at you, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't use it for that. That's appreciated, but I don't use it for that. Let's be real, I'd get canceled so fast it wouldn't matter. You want to know what's funny though? I haven't been banned. And what's even more funny, the only things I've ever been banned for like voice chat and only things I've ever been banned for relating to anything like this at all is voice chat for Xbox, and the only things they banned me for was I called a guy a loser. Out of all the shit I've said, out of all the shit you've heard me say, and the little bit you've known me, and Chewy, out of all the shit you've heard me say and how long you've known me, loser was what got me the voice ban? Because you remember that one, Chewy, right? Because you logged in, and that's when we started using Discord again. Because I fucking I logged in, I'm like, oh yeah, I got banned. I was telling you and Pyro that. I was like, oh yeah, I got banned. There's our ship. There's our ship. There's our ship that fucking disappeared. You see the sail? I don't know how that fucking happened. Yeah, no, out of all the things I've yelled at people, especially when I used to play in game chat all the time, out of all the demented things I yelled at people, loser got me the voice ban of all fucking things. And what was fucking hilarious is it was when I caught that voice ban, I got banned for saying loser, but the other dude was screaming nigger. You know, make that make sense, right? Like... little too much noise. Yeah. Yeah, it's the trying to be considerate causing problems. The fucking ex-girlfriend used to that. It was always like, oh, it's fine. You know, I don't, you know, you're not gonna wake me up, but if you do, it's whatever. I don't really care. Blah blah blah. It's like, I mean, I'm sitting here screaming shit at you know, whatever. What the hell is a cargo crate? Oh, we had stuff in our fucking ship. Yeah, I'm screaming shit at whatever, and it's like, yeah, that ain't gonna wake you up. The person that I don't even fucking, you know, sleep in there half the time because it wakes, you know, me moving around fucking wakes you up, like, you know. Yeah, you mentioned she was coming and going the last couple of days too. And you, so the real question is, did you get your video done? After the fact. Oh. I was like, there you go. I believe in you. What you play? What you're streaming tomorrow that you're playing? Well, what have you been doing that gives you the viewers lately? I mean, I guess that's kind of your answer, huh? You'll know when you log on to something. Borderlands. Yeah. I never realized it was multiplayer, honestly. Never really paid much attention to it. Aside Chewy and meeting you, I pretty much just gave up and started playing solo. Especially after Pyro. Tisk tisk. No comment, Chewy? What do you mean you saw his thing? Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I fucking... As soon as he pulled that move, I went in and just fucking deleted him. I'm like, you're telling me you had me re-up shit and sort shit out and get 3 different fucking games ready, including grabbing a fucking title because you wanted to try it out, to be like not even a week later and it's like, oh, by the way, bye. Like, fuck you. Nope. Like, if you told me tomorrow, Chewy, that you weren't gonna be on Xbox anymore and you were doing this and you're doing that and whatever, I probably wouldn't have an issue with it. I'd still call you, I'd still text you, we're still buddies, but the fact that Pyro's known me long enough that I've dropped so many fucking people over fucking not finishing fucking playthroughs and shit, or starting games and not fucking finishing them, to have me start fucking 2 games and re-up Ark to fucking leave a week later, that was like, no, you knew. You knew, like, one way or, like, you know, regardless as to how you want to play out the events, like, you knew this is what was happening. Like, why did we start this a week ago? Like, because it wasn't just like, oh, hey, you know, somebody got fucking shot, life happens, you know, I'll be gone for a while, or, you know, oh, hey, I lost an arm, playing Xbox is kind of fucking hard, you know, it was, hey, let's restart all this shit. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna pull this out of the wall and replace it with this. You know, fuck yourself. I'm not sorry. I'm bitter about that. Pyro was my reliable one. That's what pisses me off. And credit Chewy, you've been good. You've been very good since you've come back, Chewy. You've been very good. I love you, Chewy. You've been very good. You show up most of the time. You say you're gonna show up. You answer me. You respond to texts now. Good, Chewy. If I could give you head pats, I would. Or midget pictures, since, you know, you gotta think for that. I got quiet. Well, I've been making the sex midget joke for how long? And he said something the other day, and I just, you know, fucking Google works wonders, right? Fucking sent him something random, and he's like, you know what? You know, this might have awoken something in me. No, I haven't. Fucking, I tried to play a lot of shit like A Way Out, and It Takes Two, and shit like that, but again, same problem. Halfway through, and nobody fucking finishes it. Oh. I was gonna say, yeah, they're not usually very long games for the story. And yet, halfway through, and everybody quits. Little too tense. Oh, that's really just it. It's just it's a practice thing one way or another where it's trial and error or, you know, I don't know, it all depends. Different people learn different ways. I found I don't know, one girlfriend I used to play with, I found out the best way to help her was basically just fucking talk to her like she was fucking 5, and as much as it sounds like being an asshole, that was the easiest way to do it. This is what you do, this is how this works like this is blah 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 blah. Okay, good girl, go try it yourself now. Like that was, you know, that was the easiest way for her, but then I found, you know, the next girl, it didn't quite work the same, and I found the easiest way to let her figure it out was just to sit here quietly and just, before we really start kind of thing, depending the game, it was just kind of a sit back and just kind of watch the struggle for, you know, 20 minutes and then pick it up, like, you know, something for like Played Up, for example. It wouldn't be, you know, oh, this is how this works. It's just, yeah, go figure it out and just fucking pick it up 20 minutes later. Fucking Sea of Thieves, that was another one too. Sea of Thieves, it was like, yeah, nope, just go figure it out and struggle by yourself, and then you're just gonna go play by yourself for a day and struggle with like zero instruction, and then when we start playing, everything I say is gonna kind of make sense. Just because you've seen the problem. And then that devolved into me getting frustrated because it's like, okay, I can somehow, you know, solo sync fucking Reaper galleys like it's like clockwork, but fucking, you know, now that I have her on the ship, somehow, it's, you know, it was a mix of just, I didn't know how to, it was the mix of expecting her to be able to handle something versus it also being, what the fuck just happened? Uh-oh. Oh, fuck me. Well, fuck me, I guess. Did you... I don't know, did you two at least stay in the party, or...? Well, that's what I figured, yeah, it was fucking... You know, that was stupid. I don't know if it was me or if it was Chewy, because I'm watching Chewy in the game right now, and his character's having a fucking epileptic seizure, but if it booted me, that doesn't make any sense. You two still stayed together. That's what I thought it was, maybe Chewy, but apparently it was me. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it became this horrible mix of, like, having too much expectations versus having none, because it was like, okay, I assume if I go do this, I don't have to worry about this, and then she gets overwhelmed with that, and I gotta come back and fix it, and I'm no longer expecting to have to deal with that aspect, or, you know, something like that. And then it kind of devolved into, okay, if you can't, you know, if I can't expect you to cover a certain aspect, it's, you know, what can I expect you to cover? And then it becomes the, this is your job. You have blunderbuss. You stand here. You stare at ladder. You look down ladder. If Fat Man appears, you pull trigger. If Fat Man doesn't fall off ladder and disappear, you scream help. There's no reloading. There's no pull out your sword and smack them off. There's no attempt. It's just, if you pull trigger and person doesn't disappear, you scream help, is what it devolved into on that game. I can shoot, I can sail, I can patch holes, As long as I don't have to watch one out of two ladders. Don't worry about checking the other ladder, you know, if you think they're on the other one. You stand there and you stare at that ladder. Because realistically, you're also my warning system for the other ladder, as a sacrificial lamb. Because if they come up the other ladder, what's the first thing they're gonna do? Shoot you in the back of the head. I don't know why, but Sea of Thieves was one of those games where I had very high expectations because, I don't know, I did so decent on it solo, I just didn't understand why playing with other people, it got so fucking difficult to achieve certain things. I'm just sad what happened to it. I think it's a real shame they murdered that fucking game. I loved it, and then it slowly devolved into just everything that people didn't want because it was catering to, you know, the 10% crowd. Well, it wasn't that they were catering to the 10% crowd, it was that they started catering to the mass numbers, but the problem with them catering to the mass numbers was they were catering to a majority group that only logged on for 2 days at the start of every update, completed everything, and got back off. It was the consistent players that kind of got the shit end of the stick in the end, and then as that kept progressing, it just kind of kept getting dumber and dumber. And then it finally just landed at the point where... It finally just kind of landed at the point where, it just, they shot themselves in the foot so bad that in order to save it, they went back on literally everything they'd done prior. Like, oh, we're never gonna have server hopping. We're never gonna have a fucking battle pass system. We're never gonna prioritize all these certain little aspects of, tall tale type play. Yep, just solid tall tale content for a while. Oh, we're never gonna have fast travel. Oh, here's fast travel. Oh, yeah, no, we're never fucking going to cross play and blah blah blah. Oh, yeah, now it's on PlayStation. It's just. And I don't even, as much as. Because it's Rare's name, I'm gonna sit here and say that Rare, as far as I'm concerned, is going to take the hit for it. It's that I'm fully aware that. Oh, that's not. I didn't make that as a village, but it will. I'm very aware of the fact that it was the fact that Microsoft stuck their fingers in and started screwing with it. But ping where we left the boat. Oh, that's what I mean. Like, Rare had a good rep. They had a good thing going, and they were and they had a good backbone because it was always a very clear, this is our roadmap, this is our vision, this is our game. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And that was nice, and they stuck to that for such a long time. And then Sea of Thieves, they stuck with it for a while. And then they kind of just, I don't know, like I said, Microsoft stuck their fingers in, and I know that's what it boiled down to, is Microsoft finally stuck their fingers in instead of leaving them alone and pushing tweaks and changes and certain aspects, and that's kind of what fucked it. But I mean, in the end, Rare's the name that was, tied to it, even if it was pressured by Microsoft or whatever. And, okay, shit rolls downhill. I mean, if the person above you says, no, you gotta do this, I mean, I guess no, you gotta do this. But, I mean, in the end, if that's what, Rare becomes the puppet studio for Microsoft's choice, then, what are you supposed to look at Rare and say after that, right? Like, which is sad, because like I said, I agree. Rare had a good reputation. Same with Fun Pimps shot themselves, as far as I'm concerned, because I think they really did, and it's a lot more complicated. But what it boils down to, which isn't, my argument isn't accurate, but it's the summary. And once you break it down and you go into things, you can kind of point out as to how it actually landed like that. But the summary is, as far as I'm concerned, they used Telltale as a cash grab for 7 Days to Die back in the day, and they did it more than once. And as far as I'm concerned, they can go fuck themselves now for kind of how they treated console. And it's like, well, it's Telltale that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, but Telltale had a horrible reputation. They were an absolute dumpster fire of a studio. They were on the verge of bankruptcy for a while. Fun Pimps came in, handed them 7 Days to Die, a big thing. And sure enough, with all these promises of, oh, it's going to get this update, it's going to get this fix, and they sat there and they advertised all of the new content that was never going to land on console to begin with. They advertised it as all the other consoles because, technically it's on that platform. And then shit finally hit the fan with Telltale after the fucking game was a dumpster fire. Shit finally hit the fan with Telltale, and they turned around, and the entire time they were going through the legal proceedings to get the, port back from Telltale, basically, they still kept giving Telltale other aspects of control, even though they were fighting them to get it back in court. Like, that just, what they were doing versus what they were, doing on the opposite. And it was like, oh, here, have this little piece of the pie, but like, oh, we're gonna go to court and get this back too. Like, it was just, they were two-facing the entire thing. It's like, oh, Telltale fucked 7 Days to Die. We're gonna get it back and make it good again. And then they turn around, go in the next meeting room, and, oh, hey, Telltale, what's up? Yo, here, take this. Like, and that was going on. And then once they finally got through towards the end of the proceedings, as they got through the majority of it, they came out, Fun Pimps, they came out, and they make their big, bold statement of, we're going to get it back, we're going to bring it up to, we're going to optimize it, we're going to bring it up to a stable build, and then from there on, we're going to slowly start putting in content. Now, the PC side is our main game, and that's going to be our focus, blah, blah, blah. But this is how we're going to handle console. Here's our little roadmap, this, that, whatever. And they pushed ads for that, trying to sell some more copies. Keep in mind, it's still under Telltale. But they're pushing to sell the console copies, and then basically giving it to Telltale. And then as soon as they finished all that shit, they turned around and they went, oh, by the way, it's not viable for us to do anything with the console port. We're just going to dead end it. And that's it for the console version. But yet, for the last 2 weeks, as they were coming to the closing arguments, they sat here and, oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to advertise it, we're going to do this, not Telltale, the Fun Pimps did it for Telltale. because Telltale was already fucking underwater for it from the community. Like, you know, like they gave Telltale a cash grab 2 or 3 times as at the expense of that title, and then they turn around after how long and, you know, re-release it now as a whole different game, and oh, if you had the prior one with Telltale, you get like $5 off or something like that. No, fuck Fun Pimps. You use that as a cash grab or a tax break or a laundering thing to sit there and fucking, you know, you scapegoated Telltale, gave them a fucking payout for doing so before they claimed bankruptcy and closed all those fucking avenues of their studio. Like, no, that was absolute bullshit. And then everyone's like, oh, but that wasn't Fun Pimps, it was Telltale. And it's like, Telltale picked them, Telltale kept handing it to them. Or, sorry, Fun Pimps picked Telltale, kept handing it to them, and then they turned around and fucking, you know, kept giving them more and more opportunities to do shit with it. And then turned around and went like, oh no, Telltale fucked us. And it's like, you've been advertising them, like, you're telling me you were in a lawsuit with them and yet you're advertising for them? Like, you know, it just, none of that made sense. And you start diving into all the little details and it gets so fucking complicated and complex. But that just, I don't know, to me that was just, it was clear as day. It was some sort of fucking tax break, you know, Telltale. Like, look at what PlayStation did with what was that studio? I kind of think they're starting to do that with I kind of think they're almost starting to do that with Bungie. I don't know if it'll ever get to that point because, you know, it's just like other certain studios, it's regardless as to how it goes now, you know, the name is the name in the end of the day. But I don't think Marathon will. Whether, like, my opinions of the game itself aside, I don't think it will, because it'll have its fan base. It'll certainly have its fan base. It'll sell in the end because it's a Bungie name, but it won't. I don't think it won't blow up. It won't be a big thing, and I think the main reason for that is a lot of people, even still now, haven't even heard much about the game. Like, the main thing is the people that were following it, trying to get their friends to join it. Like, a lot of people don't seem to just have, you know, any idea about the game to begin with. I don't think it'll pick up for the fact that that kind of shooter now, and don't get me wrong, it's you know, it's a Halo style control, it's a Destiny style control, but for that kind of game, people are doing the slide hop, you know, one tap meta kind of thing, like shit like what DMZ is, you know, Warzone is, shit like that. Not that those are great ways to compare it, but, you know, that kind of expectation of play style is what a lot of those kind of games come with. And because you can't do that kind of, you know, slide cancel, jump spam shit, that kills it for a lot of those people. And then you're really just getting the PvP Destiny Halo community after that. But it's one of those things where it's people are going to pick it up, play it for 2 weeks, and then it's going to end up kind of getting shelved because it doesn't have that. It's not that it doesn't have replayability. I'm not quite sure what word I'm looking for. It's just, it doesn't have that. You know, kind of like Arc Raiders. You know, and I hate comparing it to Arc Raiders because it's not really a good comparison for a lot of aspects. But Arc Raiders came out, boom, blew up. Half the people you saw playing it weren't on it after a week, and haven't been back on it. Arc Raiders is doing okay, but it you know, it didn't blow up, you know, like it didn't grow the way, like, it had that initial oomph, and now it has its fan base, and a lot of people picked it up, dropped it, and eventually it's going to dwindle for, you know, certain aspects, just like a lot of those. Like, it'll keep its fan base, and that's that. But I think that's what's going to happen in Marathon. It's going to keep it's going to have its fan base, but what they're doing to it is going to kill it for the same reasons other games with, not other games of specifically that genre or with relating features, but just other games with certain similarities came to the issues I think Marathon's going to also come to, which is shit like ranked play is going to kill the PvP aspect, and the PvE aspect isn't enough to keep the community that wants to play it there. You know, because it's gonna end up having issues like Siege did when they started really pushing the pro side of things and the PC side of things on console, which was rank play absolutely destroyed casual play and rank play itself, because like we were talking about the other night, it you know, you go in and you play ranked, and you're either playing people that are ranked way higher than you on a fake account because they're playing with their buddies that are lower, or they're trying to get fucking, you know, clips or whatever, or you get into matches where people are routinely throwing. You know, it's going to be one of those games where if you don't have a 3-man crew, it's gonna, you know, affect matchmaking, because that's kind of what Siege turned into. If you didn't have a full team for Siege, you just started seeing people dropping it. If you didn't have a full team. Yeah, there's solo servers. Like, you know. I Yep. Yep. Well, well, and that's why that's a good point, as another reason why I think it's gonna stay. Um, I think it's gonna end up being smaller, is because of the fact of stuff like that. It is PvP oriented, and like it's not one of those ones where it's yes, it's PvPvE, but it's one of those ones where oh shit, we fucked up, Chewy. We screwed up. Chewy. I've been fighting Fullings. I had no reason to notice. Oh, not 20 minutes. I've been stabbing Fullings. There's a fucking 2-star here. Little spear chucking motherfucker. Hey, you keep your fucking club away from my butthole. It is a little too big. Oh, just the big one hit me in the face. 2 stars dead. Would be... Much as I don't want to sacrifice the skill, I'm tempted to just slip my wrist and name the portal on the other side. But, well, you... Okay, well, you slit your wrist then. Come over here and turn on PvP, and I'll stab you in the eye. Unless you'd like to sacrifice yourself to a pack of gremlins. Let them have a feast. Think of the anime Goblin Slayer, Chewy. I know that means nothing to you, but I'm hoping it means a reference to B. I know, but I'm hoping B's seen that. B? Have you seen Goblin Slayer? Oh, I was hoping you were gonna get that one. No, it's all good. So Goblin Slayer, the fucking anime, it is literally just, the whole thing is just the dude's got like some fucking vengeance against goblins, and they're just these, you know, they're goblins, but the thing is they're very rapey, molesty goblins. Like it's like instantly it's like, oh, let's screw finishing the fight. It's just, oh, let's just molest the person we were able to get our hands on, kind of like it's a very rapey thing, the goblins. And that's why I was sitting here. Chewy's like, hey, I was telling Chewy, he's like, oh, I got no issue killing myself and getting back over there. I'm like, okay, so do you want to come over here, turn on PvP, let me poke your eyes out with my spear, or do you want to sacrifice yourself to the goblins like in Goblin Slayer? And I was hoping you were gonna get that reference, but I knew Chewy wouldn't. Yeah, no, that fucking anime is literally just Goblin Rape Simulator. Goblin Gangbang Simulator. But, Chewy, how's it going over there? I hear a lot of thwapping sounds, but I ain't really seeing you die. You just getting sodomized by a club over there or something?
No.
What you doing over there? That sounds like you're digging.
Oh, what?
Are you trying to drown yourself in a tar pit? Yep. But are you sacrificing yourself, or am I?
I will do it.
Are you gonna go sacrifice yourself to a creature, or do you want me to poke your eyes out? I left one alive and it ran away down the hill. That wasn't my fault. I killed you. I killed 2 and then I left one alive and it just never killed you. I killed its friends and it fled. Oh, there's Locksmeat over there. Damn, that's a lot of Locksmeat. I'm full weight. I'm just gonna drop all of the green metal I got on me. Black metal, whatever. So, Chewy, how you want to die? Do you want to drown yourself? Do you want to sacrifice yourself to the village and roleplay Goblin Slayer? Do you want your eyes poked out? Do you want to... I don't see anything you... Oh, I was going to say, I don't see anything you can, like, climb to jump off of. Got no stamina food in. Oh, come on! Wait, I get to eat stamina food then. Okay. Alright. This is gonna suck. Now I gotta play reserve no matter what, because you got fucking bone mass. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, come on, I thought we were doing melee. I don't even have arrows. Oh, wait, you still haven't eaten those? Aren't those like 3 days old now? Oh, okay, that's slightly better then. Ooh. Oh, stun locked. I couldn't build stamina. That spear takes so much stamina. I get like 3 swings, that's it. I got you down quick, and I think you had more health than me. But I got you down quick, because I only had like 70 health, I think. I got you down quick, I just couldn't. Yeah, we fucked up our portals. Because we have one portal we use for going places, and we leave one portal at home unnamed. So if we're out, we can put a portal down and get back. But because we had just used it and we built a camp somewhere else, like a you know, just not a base, but just a little camp somewhere else. When we finished naming the new portals, we never unnamed our return portal, like our emergency portal. So when we got there and we set up and started getting ready to do a boss fight, we set the portal down, turned around, and realized it won't connect because it's not. It wasn't named right, so one of us had to die to spawn at home to change it back. But the shitty part about dying is you lose a bunch of skill, so we decided to PvP for it. But I pack a punch, I just gotta be careful about it. He gets to fucking just sword spam, and eventually I fucked up and let him get a hit on me, and I couldn't move. I took him down, he had more health than me, I took him down fast and hard. But as soon as I took him down fast and hard the second time, I got a little gutsy, and I fucking shouldn't have, because as soon as he clipped me, I couldn't get out of it anymore. There's no gremlins over there, is there? Before I go back for my stuff. I'm gonna turn off my PvP now before we have an incident later fighting shit. For a lot of this playthrough, I've left my PvP on because for the longest time we didn't have a butcher's knife. So, and I was the one doing the animals, so I'd turn my PvP on and then I just never turn it off again. Come on, give me corpse run. There we go. Back and get through the portal. One of these days.
There's one reason I like this.
What's up? Yeah. Yeah, I get like 3 swings with a spear, but I can stun lock everything I hit, too. That's the only reason I've kept it so long. I'm able to pretty much just stun lock what I get into fights with. I'll put my pants back on. I forgot I had long hair. Do we not have dropper heads on the wrong box? Oh, we don't have dropper heads. It's a good thing we found that old boat, though, because we had serpent meat and shit in it. Alarms. Why do I always only have one piece of resin? Always just one piece. Well, by the time we go to do the boss next time, we'll have lots of fire potions and lots of healing potions. I think he's just fire attacks, if I remember right, so... Those are the 2 potions I've been pumping out. Granted, you only get a handful of them each time, but... I think we got a stack of each in there for each of us. Oh... I take it you're probably getting close to the end of your night for the boss fight, Chewy.
Nah, I don't have that one.
I didn't think so. I just looked at the time, that's why I said it. That one... I don't think that one's that bad. I think what made it so bad the last time we did it was right off the fucking hop. Like, right off the hop. You and Pyro died, and I spent, like, the entire time, basically, just kind of waiting for you guys to get your bodies back. And as soon as you guys got your body back, I finally fucking died. And then... Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I mean. It wasn't like it was just you guys... Yeah, you guys weren't able to get back. But that's what it was. It was right off the hop. Both of you died, and it was just fucking horror you guys trying to get your stuff back. And then once you guys finally got your stuff back, I fucking died, and one of you died again too, or you guys were taken. No, that's what it was. I finally died, and then I think either you or Pyro died, and then I couldn't get back to my stuff, and you and Pyro kept switching out. One of you would get back, one of you would die, one of you would get back, one of you would die. And I couldn't get back at all like you guys couldn't in the start. That's what took so long, is it was fucking 2 out of 3 of us were just never fucking there, and the third person's basically just playing fucking cat and mouse, trying not to get fucking wiped out, then have the boss regen health. We were just fucking tag teaming, waiting for each other is what it boiled down to. Well, we starting to set up a little camp over there, or are we doing that next time? I don't know how close to the end of your night you are, so. Okay. Bring some wood across. We'll have to move. I think we'll have to move that portal back further from where we slammed it down to come back, because that boss had a pretty big radius, I think. I gotta go back and grab some food then. I'm gonna sodomize some gremlins. I got this on me. I'll eat one of those roasted boars. It's in my pocket. Stand here for a second, get the regen. It only takes us a minute to fucking clear a camp. Never mind, I'm good. I'm coming back. Alright, I have my goblin sodomy stick. Well, they might be able to climb it, but I fucking can't. How's your health doing after that? That's okay, the shaman just suicide bombed me. I'm sure you saw that. Makes me sad that they don't scream Allahu Akbar as they do it. What are you up to, B? You still split fictioning? He's just zoned into those tacos. That's what it is. He's over like caressing those tacos with his tongue before he eats them. Probably thinking of giraffes while he does it. Why drafts, you might ask, Chewy? I have no idea. Neck factor. You know, out of all those creatures, out of all the creatures in the world, giraffes are just fucked up. I'm already full. Oh, because I brought wood through with me. So this will be our home, huh? Alright. I'll start putting a little wall around it. Might want to go see what we got left for wood stores in any of your wood storage places. That too. Oh, there's a bee. Oh, nothing. I didn't realize you ran away. Then we assumed that you were just zoned out, you know, enjoying your tacos, and I brought up drafts, and Joey said it was the neck factor. It was a thing. But now we know you just weren't here. Here we thought you went to get the milk and weren't coming back. Did you kiss and make up? Are you still split fictioning? Ooh. Oh, I don't know. You said you were playing with the wife earlier. Oh, you just made it sound like you... Well, no, or like when you first hopped in, you made it sound like you were playing it with her like co-op sitting there. That's why I was kind of wondering why I never heard her in the background, or why you hadn't put her in the party or something. Never mind, makes sense. Okay, you were just sitting there stroking the sweet sound of my voice. I understand. You know, I had somebody cop to that once. You remember... Well, no, you don't remember Blofeld, do you, Chewy? That was that, That was that one I kept calling the pansexual imp. About the time you tried out that Deep Rock game and decided you didn't like it. Oh yeah, he doesn't like it. Chewy's the one I was telling you about where I have issues figuring out what he likes because... Chewy's the one I was telling you about where I have issues figuring out what I can get him into because he likes... Like, okay, he played COD. So I thought, okay, let's compare... Let's drag him to, like, other shooter-related things. And there was a lot he turned down. But then, surprisingly, he liked Arma. But yet he didn't like Sandstorm. Or Hell Let Loose. You know, like it, or I'd put him in games like Grounded and Green Hell and Minecraft and like all that kind of stuff, and the only one he picked up was Valheim. Like, you know, that's it, so it's like I can put Chewy in all these different games, and it's like oh, okay, he likes this, he'll probably like this. Nope, didn't like any of those. Oh, he likes this. He'll probably like this. Nope, didn't like any of those. So I have issues figuring out what Chewy will opt for. Where'd you go, by the way, Chewy? Oh. There you go. I was wondering.
I'll save up. Oh, back
Weren't all the Borderlands in Game Pass for the longest time?
I think they.
Yeah, you mentioned that. What you doing, Chewy? Oh. Oh, you still have all those wood piles over there? While we're here, do you want to sleep before we go back? I know, home is so far, even though it's right there, you know what I mean?
Kind of.
Well, that's why I was like, oh, we could just build out this island a little bit. You're like, no, we got a whole other island over there. I was like, alright. But yeah, I find myself kind of looking at home being way over there. It's like, do I really want that extra rested bonus? Oh yeah, put your wood in me, Chewy. Oh yes. Just slap your wood in me. Hey Molly, while you do it. Is it though? Is it really fine? Is it truly? Joey, they're giggling at me. They are giggling. Oh god, they see me. What are you doing?
Huh?
Is there a reason you're making a floating bonfire? Okay. I regret digging that. I horribly regret digging that. That was such a pain. Especially because it was on the side of a hill, so the depths were all over the fucking place. And we kept collecting fucking gremlins. So every fucking once in a while we'd have to go out and cleanse all the gremlins out of the pit, because they'd just be down there fucking laughing non-stop, driving us nuts.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. So, is there anything else we want? Do we want to build a little hut near Chewy, or just... all this life? Let's at least put this in the formula now. Which, I'll just snap the fucking thing first. So this is how we take the formula out. Yes, yeah, we got one little hut here. I just didn't know if we wanted to put up beds or something, but I guess if we got the portal, it don't matter. What? Apparently Chewy had an issue. He gets laggy at about 11 o'clock for some reason. Having issues, Chewy? Chewy? You had your normal episode. You want to name this Yag? I'll go through and name the other side Yag. YAG. Alright, this is Camp Yag. Right next to Yagluth. YAG. Oh, mine didn't save. That would be why it's not connecting. There we go. Yep, okay. I assume he'll join back and say he's going to bed. Having issues, Chewy. Just that time for you, I guess. Off to bed, Chewart. So by the sounds of tomorrow, I take it don't expect you tomorrow much. Remember, spit on it to lube it up. Natty nat, chewer. Save quit out of this as well.